Good afternoon, I'm Charmaine Colvin and you are listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM. On India this week, heavy rainfall in India's financial capital, Mumbai, has disrupted the lives of millions of people, submerging roads and leading to flight and train cancellations. Many parts of the city remain inundated in waist-deep water, with videos showing residents swimming through waterlogged roads as garbage gushed out from clogged sewers. Authorities rescued around 600 people earlier this week who were stuck on an overcrowded monorail system that stopped mid-journey. At least 23 of them had to be treated for suffocation, civic authorities have said. Most schools and colleges remain shut. Some 350 people have been evacuated from the city's low-lying areas and have been shifted to temporary shelters. India's weather department has issued a red alert for the city and its neighbouring districts, predicting very heavy rains this week, but slackening off later on. Although monsoon rains are common in Mumbai this time of the year, the region is experiencing particularly heavy rains. In just 4 days, Mumbai has seen 800 millimetres of rainfall, according to the India Meteorological Department, which is well above the average rain that the city gets in August. At least 21 people have died in the last 4 days in rain-related accidents in the state. Russia will continue supplying oil to India, and the country's President Vladimir Putin will meet India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi by the end of the year, a Russian embassy official in India said earlier this week. Russia has a very special mechanism to continue oil supplies to India. Roman Babushkin, the charge d'affaires at the Russian embassy in India, told reporters at a press briefing, adding that India's crude oil imports from Russia will remain at the same level. No dates for the Putin-Modi meeting have been finalised yet. The US is set to impose an additional 25% tariff on Indian exports on August the 28th, citing their imports of Russian oil, which expanded after Western nations sanctioned Russian supply after its invasion of Ukraine. However, the US has stopped short of imposing similar tariffs on China over its purchase of Russian oil. Last month, the European Union sanctioned Russian-backed Indian refinery Naraya Energy, leading the refiner to cut back processing and companies to curtail their trading with them. India's government plans to ban online games played with money, a proposed bill showed on Tuesday, in what would be a heavy blow for an industry that has attracted billions of dollars of foreign investment. Citing psychological and financial harm it says can be caused by such games, the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025 says that no person shall offer, aid, abet, induce or otherwise indulge or engage in the offering of online money games and such services. The 13-page bill, which has not yet been made public, describes an online game as one played by a user by depositing money in expectation of winning monetary and other enrichment. The Indian market for such gaming is set to be worth $3.6 billion by 2029, venture capital firm Lumakai says. Endorsements by top Indian cricketers and other marketing efforts have boosted appeal and investor interest of real money gaming apps, such as the popular fantasy cricket games operated by startup Dream 11 and Mobile Premier League. Dream 11 commands a valuation of $8 billion, while Mobile Premier League is valued at $2.5 billion. The bill states that anyone who offers such money games could face a jail term of up to 3 years and a fine. Such games often use manipulative design features, addictive algorithms, while promoting compulsive behaviour, leading to financial ruin, the bill said. India and China should view each other as partners rather than adversaries or threats, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi said on Monday as he arrived for a 2-day visit to Delhi. Wang met with Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar, only the second such meeting between the two sides since 2020, when deadly clashes in the Colvin Valley and Ladakh, a disputed Himalayan border region, led to a complete breakdown of ties between the countries. Relations are now on a positive trend towards cooperation, Wang said. Jaishankar said that India and China were seeking to move ahead from a difficult period in our ties. The two counterparts held discussions on a range of bilateral issues, from trade to pilgrimages and river data sharing. Wang also met India's National Security Advisor for ongoing discussions about resolving the boundary dispute between the two countries. India and China agreed on patrolling arrangements to de-escalate tensions along the disputed Himalayan border last October. Since then, the two sides have taken a range of steps to normalise relations, including China allowing Indian pilgrims to visit key places in the Tibet Autonomous Region this year. India has also restarted visa services to Chinese tourists and agreed to resume talks to open border trade through designated passes. There are also reports that direct flights between the two countries will resume this year. Wang's meetings are expected to lay the groundwork for Modi's first visit to China in 7 years later this month to attend the summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a regional security bloc. Reports suggest Modi might also hold bilateral talks with China's President Xi Jinping, but neither side has confirmed this. The rapprochement between the countries comes in the backdrop of India's worsening bilateral relationship with the US. And finally, the humble coconut oil has turned into a luxury on rising demand and shrinking output. Prices of coconut oil are surging in Asia, where top consumer India leads the charge with a tripling in 2 years, as supply shortages and booming demand for the nutrient-rich water enclosed within turn the kitchen staple into a premium product. The price surge that began in the second half of 2024 was accelerated by output disruptions across major producer nations, from India to Southeast Asia, caused by seasons of lower rainfall, extended heat, and more ravages by pests and disease. So that's all on India this week. You have been listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM.